Well, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to this episode. We are on Psalm 139. In the last episode, we looked at Psalm 139 from verse 1 to 6, and we saw various aspects of God and what He knows about us. You can listen to that episode. If you want to hear more about the details of what I was reflecting on from Psalm 139, 1 to 6. Today, we'll read Psalm 139 from verse 7. I will read up to verse 11. We'll go through it until verse 11 and see what nuggets we can gain from there, or what nuggets I can gain from there. You might find something different. So I'll start reading. I'll start from reading using the New Living Translation, NLT. It has quickly become my new favorite version, but I still switch between versions whenever I want to compare or I want to have a different perspective of what I'm reading. So Psalm 39, verse 7 to 11. To 12, verse 7 to 12. I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go up to the heaven, you are there. If I go down to the grave, you are there. If I ride the wings of the morning, if I dwell by the farthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me, and your strength will support me. I could ask the darkness to hide me, and the light around me to become night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. To you, the night shines as bright as day. Darkness and light are the same to you. That is the New Living Translation. We'll switch to NIV. Psalm 139, 7 to 12. In NIV. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be darkness to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Let's read one more version. This time I'll pick the Message translation. Psalm 139, Message translation. Is there any place I can go to avoid your spirit, to be out of your sight? If I climb to the sky, you are there. If I go underground, you are there. If I flew on the morning's wings to the far western horizon, you'd find me in a minute. You're already there waiting. Then I said to myself, oh, he even sees me in the dark. At night, I'm immersed in the light. It's a fact. Darkness isn't dark to you. Night and day, darkness and light, they're all the same to you. That is Psalm 139 from verse 7 to 12. So this section of Psalm 139 talks about the different places where we think or we imagine we might hide from God, or the different places we think or we might imagine that God is not there or is there. But the psalmist here is talking about different situations. So here in the Message translation it says, if I climb to the sky, you are there. So imagine if you're on an airplane and you're up there, God is there. And the airplane is not even at the farthest part of the sky, like the top. There's still more higher than the airplane goes. So God is also there. if you happen perchance maybe to get onto a rocket and go to the topmost part or to the moon, the topmost part that a human being has ever been, or even higher than that if there are people who've explored further than that, He's saying that God is also there. So if I climb to the sky, you are there. If I go underground, you are there. So in underground, I imagine maybe the belly of a mountain, like a big mountain. I don't know if you ever learned about different types of mountains. And there are these mountains that were volcanic, and they were active or dormant mountains. So for the volcanic active mountains, what I would imagine is that there's something deep down inside the mountain at the bottom, inside there, that has the liquid lava waiting to erupt. So deep down inside sounds like underground to me. Or we could even go deeper, maybe into the sea, into the bottom part of the sea. You can imagine if you can go all the way down, maybe in a submarine, and even go lower to the seabed and walk on it. Even there, God is there. He says, if I climb up to the sky, you are there. If I go underground, you are there. If I flew on morning wings to the far western horizon, you'd find me in a minute. You're already there waiting. So there's no place we can hide from God. He's already there, even if we think we're getting there and we're getting away to some place so that we can get away. When we arrive there, because we are human beings, He is already there and He has been there. And the Message translation says, you'd find me in a minute. You're already there waiting. And then the psalmist moves on to talk about night and day and asks himself, then I said to myself, oh, He even sees me in the dark. At night, I'm immersed in the light. It's a fact. Darkness isn't dark to you. Darkness is not dark to God. So even if it's at night and other people cannot see us, like all the lights are off and it's completely dark, everything is switched off, God can still see us. That's not dark enough for Him. It's a fact. Darkness isn't dark to you. Night and day, darkness and light, they are all the same to God. For us, we perceive them as different, and we are tempted to do things like at night, go into our homes, lock the door because maybe there are people lurking in the darkness. And during the day, we are free to come out and do things. But to God, night and day, there's no difference for them. In any case, He created both of them. Let's look at the other translations. Verse 7 in the NLT version says, I can never escape from your spirit. I can never get away from your presence. If I go up to heaven, you are there. And if I go down to the grave, you are there. I ride on the wings of the morning. If I dwell by the farthest oceans, even there your hand will guide me, and your strength will support me. I could ask the darkness to hide me, and the light around me to be night. But even in darkness, I cannot hide from you. To you, night shines as bright as day. Can you imagine what that means? Night shines as bright as day. To us, night is dark. It's dark. You have to put on artificial lighting to be able to see something in the dark where we are going. Otherwise, we'll be stumbling all over the place. If we are moving in our cars and it's dark, we'd have a massive pileup of vehicles because everybody has crashed into each other. But that darkness that we ourselves cannot comprehend with our minds or with our eyes is something that shines as bright as the day to God. Darkness and light are the same to Him. So let's consider this to ourselves. What does this mean for our lives? Can you think of anything? Sometimes we imagine we can get away from God and hide in a space somewhere, or do something, or go into a place where we think God is not seeing us. Sometimes we think we've left God in church on Sunday and we're going to meet Him again there on Sunday. But these verses here are talking to us about the omnipresence of God. He is there everywhere. There is nowhere we can run to escape from Him. So I pray that this encourages us, and this gives us the confidence in God that His word is true, what He says is true, and what He says is really, really true. He's not a man that He should lie. And therefore, if He says He's there everywhere, and darkness is as light to Him, shining bright, then that is true. So wherever we are, in whatever we are doing, let us do things as unto the Lord. There's a verse that says that whatever you eat or drink, do it as unto the Lord. You're not doing it for yourself, because God is there with you. He is right there beside you. He is right there waiting for you to talk to Him, waiting for you to consult Him, waiting to hear from you, waiting to say something nice to you, waiting to correct you. His word is useful for teaching, rebuking, and equipping of the man of God, that we may be trained for every good work. That's in Timothy. And therefore I pray, even as we go through the day and as we go through the various tasks and consider what we are doing, what situations we get ourselves in, remember that God is there with you always, all the time. He is there with you. He is attentive to you. He is willing to listen to you. He is willing to even just walk with you and give you peace, knowing that He is there. His presence is there with you. So God is everywhere. He's there with you all the time. Be encouraged, even when you don't feel it. Like even when you don't feel it, you can say a prayer to say that, Lord, I know your word says you're here all the time, but I cannot feel your presence right now. Help me to feel your presence. Help me to know that you are here with me. And He is always quick to reassure us. May you find courage to speak to Him honestly. In the last episode, we saw that He knows our thoughts even before we begin to think about them. May we find courage to speak to Him honestly, and may we find courage to speak to Him all the time, knowing that He is there with us everywhere we are, and there's nowhere we can go to hide from Him. All right, we'll stop there for today. That is Psalm 139, verse 7 to 12. 7 to 12. Next time, we shall look a little bit more about what God is up to. But if you want to catch up with the previous episode, you can look into it, find out what God thinks about us and what He's thinking and what that does to us. And then this episode we've covered 7 to 12, where we are talking about the presence of God. Where is it? Where can it be found? Where can God be found? And we've seen that He can be found everywhere. There's nowhere we can hide from Him. And next time we'll start from verse 13 and see what the verses have to say and what we can ponder. Feel free to share what else you have learned from these verses in Psalm 139. I frequently ponder them. I frequently consider them. The verses once in a while come to me, maybe one verse or two. But sometimes when I'm found in a tricky situation, or when I'm found in a place that seems unlikely that I would have organized for myself to be there, I realize that God is the one who was there even before I got there. So I can trust Him for whatever outcome is there, and I can believe in Him. All right, thanks for listening. Share this with your friends and family if you want to. And we look forward to the next section. All right, bye-bye.